Hi everyone, how are you? So today I'm going to be working on a new coloring page that I just created today and put it out there. And if you're interested in this coloring page, you can email me there, det@duck.com, and I will email you a PDF that you can print out. And it's a little cut off in my printout because I didn't set it up right in for my printer, so that was my fault. So I got a little cut off in the bottom and the top, but you can do that though. And what else do I want to say? Oh, and if you want to buy me a coffee, you can do so in the link below. So today I'm going to be using the Black Widow color pencils. I got this great download. I forget where I got it, but it's all the pencils here in a nice order that I keep. And it's a great pencil set, a medium priced pencil set. And yeah, I think it works really great on cardstock paper that I use for these pages. And so I instead of just drawing a picture of her, I wanted to capture her outfits there, this particular outfit that she wore. And you can see the pictures on the left that were sort of guided me to how to draw this picture. And, the two things that stood out to me from this tour, this is from her 3-day whirlwind, as she called it, coming home to Nigeria. And I wanted to capture the few things that stood out to me, which was funny about her trip, because my coloring pages of her, I kind of like to make fun of her, poke fun of her, because she's just she's comical to say the least. And one of the things is this picture where she has this funny look on her face. She had very thick eyebrows. Many people were commenting on how her eyebrows suddenly became very thick. They're not usually looking like that. And also, she has a vein that she's always had in her forehead, and it seemed to be sticking out a lot more on this trip. Some people said it was taking on a life of its own. And the piece de resistance, I think, was that she, on the last day or next to last day of her 3-day trip, she wore an upside down cross necklace. And you can read about it in People magazine. She claims that it was a gift from Harry and that it used to belong to Princess Diana. Yeah, an upside down cross. And she wore this particular dress, as you can see in the picture. She's in a modest, Muslim country, half Muslim anyways. And she's wearing, it's a very modest country though, and she was wearing these inappropriate outfits like this one with a slit that went right up her thigh. Hi, Patricia. How are you? Surprised to see anyone on my art channel. It's usually pretty quiet here. So I'm just going to be doing some coloring of the new page I made. So I decided, instead of just drawing a picture of her, I was going to do a color pencil picture, but I thought, I'll make a coloring sheet, and if people want it for fun, color it and do what they want with it, change it up, add things to it, Yeah, this is a crazy trip. She really showed her crazy, her and Harry. And the fact that when she signed the book, when she arrived in Nigeria, she said, "Thank you for welcoming me home." Because allegedly, and Neil Sean just did a video about this, allegedly, she claims to be 43% Nigerian, according to a DNA test, allegedly. But she has not shown this DNA test to anyone. No one's ever seen it. And there's quite a few people, and thank you to the people who commented, uh, quite a few Nigerians do not believe she's Nigerian. And they want to see proof. They're like, show us what you got. Meghan has not shown anything. Yeah, she claims to be 43% Nigerian, but her parents are American. Her mother's and her grandparents and her they're all American. So she's going by a test, and nobody believes it. Nobody's seen it. So anyways, and she's a pathological liar, many lies. But anyhow, So this picture, she's just a joke, basically. So I'm going to be coloring this picture, which basically kind of shows what she's like on this trip. And again, I'm using Black Widow. And so for the dress, for the black colors here, I've got flat black CB95, and I'm Black Widow BW111. And for her skin tones, I'll be using Oyster, which is MN114, and Light Mocha, SD019. Today I'll start with the dress. This is a pretty simple picture to color in. Shouldn't take too much. It should be very simple coloring in here. But the same with color pencil. It's slow, medium. Always takes time. Especially with faces and skin and whatnot. Never rush it with color pencil. But it's always so nice and relaxing. So we just want to chill out and color. You got your color pencils, whatever you may want to color. Especially during the COVID PSYOP, found it very helpful and relaxing to do adult coloring. And so many you see on Instagram, a lot of professional artists do adult coloring, and they do some amazing things with their adult coloring pages. I mean, you see they create works of art out of it, if you really get into it. And they bring out the paints and the pens, not just the pencils. You've got the new markers they have nowadays that blend like watercolor. And with these adult coloring books, you can just use color pencil if you want, but there's all sorts of materials besides watercolor pencils and glitter and paint and ink, and people go all out. There's all sorts of, and they end up with amazing works of art. It's really incredible. It's very inspiring. So that got me into it. And here I am. I went on to start making these coloring paint books. Ari and Meghan are very inspiring for making coloring books. I'll tell you what. They have never-ending material to make coloring pages out of. Yeah, it's a lot of fun, and you can compare results later to see the different way. You take one coloring page with different artists, and you'll get all different kinds of results in the end. It's really, I find it fascinating. Adult fun. You have to have some fun even as an adult. Don't want to lose that, right? People online sometimes take things too seriously, right? Yeah, for some reason, some people still take Harry and Meghan seriously, which is scary. I heard some video from a Nigerian woman discussing Meghan and her mental health issues, because Meghan and Harry were talking about mental health. And it appeared that they believed her story about allegedly being suicidal when she was in the royal family. I just had to shake my head. I'm like, this woman is such a liar. And she was surrounded by help around her. She was allegedly pregnant, in which case she had doctors around her and possibly midwives as well. So you can't tell me that if she were suicidal, they wouldn't have known, and that she couldn't have talked to them, right? I mean, wasn't she under a doctor's care if she were pregnant? So either she's lying about being pregnant and under a doctor's care, or she's lying about being suicidal. And either of those lies are pretty damn big whoppers, if you ask me. And those lies alone should cause anyone to pause before listening to a word this woman says. Because things never add up around this couple. And they're very powerful in that they have a lot of money and sway with the current a lot of politicians. And they're crazy and satanic. You can add satanic on top of crazy and liars because she's walking around with an upside down cross and unapologetically just boasting about it. So, when they tell you what they are, believe them. Have you heard that before? Believe them when they tell you what they are. Because the Satanists just tell you right out. They don't hide it. They do a symbolism and whatnot. But they put it right out there. And she's put it right out there. She's not hiding it. She's like gaslight people. So this is what they do is they put it right out there in plain sight. And I remember a long, long time ago, years and years ago, George Bush and his daughter, I think it was his daughter, well, worked for the mainstream media, and they're all Satanists there, in my opinion. But anyhow, his daughter was doing the Satan hand gesture, the Satan hand gesture they do. And apparently they also do that in Texas for a sports team, right? But the Satanists do it because they're satanic. So if you see somebody making that gesture and it's not when they're in a stadium in Texas with a sports team, it's not about Texas sport, right? So, anyways, his daughter was doing that, and it was not in Texas, and it was not during a football game or whatever. She was making the hand gesture, which Harry, by the way, has done a lot of Masonic hand gestures of the Napoleon one with his hand in his breast pocket, like Napoleon. So, I mean, they put it out there, they telegraph it, they show you, what they are. And, anyways, years ago, Bush's daughter was caught doing that satanic hand gesture. And actually, Taylor Swift has been doing that hand gesture. And there's a couple of videos out there I caught on Twitter. I put a couple on my Odyssey channel that shows her doing that. She's doing the devil hand gesture in the middle of songs during her concerts. And you can't tell me that she's doing that for Texas, right? So it is a satanic hand gestures. They do it all the time, and they just sort of throw it in there. You'll see they'll just put it in their music, especially musicians, Hollywood, with their performances. They just throw it in there and then just act like nothing happened, right? But it's always the same gestures. And so now here's Meghan in Africa, walking around proudly, just boldly and unabashedly getting her picture taken, knowing that the world's press is right there taking her picture. The only necklace she wears and on her sleeveless, or she was wearing a tube top, so she looked like she was nude. She likes wearing the tube tops, so that in pictures it sort of looks like she's naked. If it's only from the chest above the chest up, because she's wearing the upside down cross. And again, it's in People magazine, posted a big picture of it. And again, they claimed it was from Princess Diana, which I do not believe for a second. I think Meghan Markle is nothing but a pathological liar, and she is mentally ill. But I think her mental illness is one of being a narcissist, as H.G. Tudor and many others have diagnosed, and so many other channels gone into. She's definitely a narcissist and a psychopath as well, in my opinion. She behaves like one. Lies, lies, lies. She's always giving nasty looks to women. She doesn't like other women taking her space on camera. She makes speeches to young people, encouraging them to be rebellious and pushy. And she's a socialist. She's working with the socialist communists, and it instigates more protests like the BLM and the pro-Palestinian. But she hasn't come out with a pro. She supported BLM wholeheartedly, but she's not coming out publicly yet with the pro-Palestinian. But she's with the same people, so she backs them. You can't guarantee it, but she just backs the violence and the instigating them. She likes to instigate young people to push people. And she likes to push around the royal family. She wants to destroy the royal family. Many royal commentators have confirmed this. Everything Harry and Meghan do is to try to belittle and besmirch and slander and make false accusations against the royal family. She especially is trying to destroy them with false accusations of racism and other nonsense that she comes up with. It's completely ridiculous. None of her stories pan out. They're all nonsense. She's very secretive. Like with her DNA, she makes these claims like, oh, that suddenly she's 43% Nigerian, but then she never backs it up with any proof. Years before, just a few years before she married Harry, Prince Harry, Meghan claimed to have a great grandmother from Malta. And she did a whole article for Elle magazine on herself. She was still just a struggling actress. She claimed to be Maltese, and then she went to the country pretending to be Maltese, pretending like she was coming home again. And she's posing for pictures in Maltese outfits and posing in the country, trying the foods out, etc., talking about the culture. So she got this gig to star in an article with Elle magazine based on the lie, in my opinion, that she was Maltese. She does not look Maltese from the pictures I've seen of Maltese people. That's whatever they're Maltesian people. I don't know. But Meghan has a habit of every few years announcing that she's one nationality or the other. Now, about the Nigerian nationality that she claims to have, I've heard that there is no genetic DNA for Nigerians because Nigerians are a collection of multiple tribes, and they're from all over. So apparently, if you're Nigerian, no one would call themselves a Nigerian. They would call themselves a member of a certain tribe. And Nigeria also has a royal family as well. And two members of their royal family are staunch supporters of Meghan Markle and BLM and socialism, communism, and trying to censor our freedom of speech in the West. And one of those people was on her tour, was Misan Harriman. And the other he's a member of royalty in Nigeria. And the other one is Dr. Shola, who's a talking head on UK television, who's also pushing socialism, communism. And part of the socialist communist movement, BLM and pro-Palestine protesters, is that they want to get rid of the royal family. They want to get rid of all traditions. They want to get rid of all religion. They don't want any more religious holidays. And you can see that with the way they're trying to take away all of our holidays and turn them into BLM or Tranny Day. Yes. Anyway, so there's the dress so far. I think that's pretty much how it's going to look. And I'm going to move on to the oyster, which is not part of the skin tone sets. Black Widow has a couple of skin tone sets, a light skin tone set and a dark one. This is not part of that. This is part of the Monarch set, but it seems to match her skin. Meghan has a very strange, in my opinion, skin color, skin tone. She doesn't fit, in my opinion, the skin tones. Not exactly, anyways. She's got sort of a, I guess because she's wearing, she's wearing a ton of makeup and bronzer and whatnot, that it makes her skin appear to be, I don't know, a strange color. So I'm going with it. It looks oyster to me. She's not a healthy skin tone. She's not looking healthy these days. In my opinion, she's looking like an oyster. She's looking like an anorexic oyster these days. Yeah, I made her arm a little too thick on this side because her arms are really skinny. Her legs look really skinny. And she's not looking healthy. It looks like she was desperate to lose weight. Some say she's doing it to compete with Princess Catherine, Princess of Wales. And some, the Brits are very specific on how you're supposed to say that, right? They're like, it's Catherine, Princess of Wales, I suppose the right way to say it, or whatever. And some say that Meghan is trying to compete with Catherine, so she is doing the Ozempic, according to Crazy Days and Nights. Crazy Days and Nights said that she is taking Ozempic, as with so many others, like Kelly Osbourne and others. And there's a lot of course, controversy over the Ozempic, because doctors are saying that it will destroy your muscle as well as, losing fat. And the people who take Ozempic appear to be developing what they call Ozempic face. And I think it's a real phenomena, because there are a lot of TikTok videos about it, as well as some YouTube videos. It's been a lot of, the big pharma wants to make a lot of money on Ozempic, so they are trying to snuff it out. And, just like with the jabbies, they're coming out with their own counter videos and saying, no, it's great. Ozempic's great, So you've got a little bit of controversy going on there with this medication. It's supposed to be a medication, but obviously people are using it for weight loss. But it seems to me that everybody who's taken Ozempic, from what I've seen, I mean, I haven't done a lot of heavy research on it, but people who have been taking Ozempic they seem they lack energy. They look withered. They don't look happy. They don't look like energetic, happy. Like, yeah, you lost a lot of weight. You look great. You should be happy. But these Ozempic, they just seem like they're not well. You can tell they're weak. It's like a weakness almost. They can tell they're like starved, like a person who's been starving. That weakness. I'm seeing a lot of weak. They seem very weak and like not doing well. Like there's something unhealthy with this. It's not a healthy, in my opinion, does not appear to be a healthy way to lose weight. So let's see what we can do with this face. I don't know if I'm going to be able to finish this in one go. And the background of this, there's 3 different sections. It's for the Nigerian flag, by the way. So I believe it's green, white, green. So I put the Nigerian, stripes for the Nigerian flag, but in the background of this picture. case anyone's wondering why it's divided into three. And of course, you can do whatever you want with it if you want to fill it up with something else instead. But I just decided I was going to put green, white, green, but I'm probably not going to fill that all in this video. That would take too long. Um, I'm not going to finish this in one go, but using the light mocha now for the darker tones here. A bit of a shading going on. Use black for her eyebrows, though, first. The black widow pencil. Yeah, her eyebrows look very thick on this trip. She really colored them in. I forget what that's called, the cuckoos or something. There's a word for the style. People are going with these very thick eyebrow looks. She always wears a lot of thick black eye makeup in general around her eyes. So it's like the smoky eye thing. So her eyes are pretty simple to do. You just put a lot of black in there. You just fill it all black, basically. It looks like her because so it's that thick eye. Um, yeah, that's basically what I'm doing here because this picture is very small. Yeah, there you go. That's her. She's very thick eyelashes and heavy black eyeliner, and so she's her eyes are just black. Very evil with her satanic necklace on with her black eyes. Yeah, it's pretty evil, pretty demonic. I mean, it's really can't make it up. Yeah, I can't make it up. It's the way it is. That's Meghan Markle. I do the hair too. Let me go back. Yeah, her hair, she's like a dark brown. The hair, let me see. I'll use sort of the lightest parts. It's pretty black looking of the hair, but like a reddish brown on top, maybe like cinnamon. Try the cinnamon color. The brown, the hair. There we go. Sharpen that up. All right, so I'll put the hair, just start off with the cinnamon tone. I'll add the cinnamon tone to the eyebrows as well, kind of not so monotone looking, flat, just one color. She had the usual hairstyle, the hair kind of coming down, little groups. Yeah, she was looking pretty sickly, I would say. Maybe not anorexic necessarily, but very, very skinny. And she just looked different. She didn't look as healthy as she used to. I'm gonna put some more hair coming down there. That works. Then we'll use some flat black in here. Zoom in a little bit, maybe. But I just covered it all with brown, and I'm just going in the shaded areas here. With the blue. I'm wondering how Prince Harry was able to leave and enter the country with his visa. Questions surrounding his visa. Wondering what's going on behind the scenes there. And they seem to have dropped the story out of sight. Haven't heard anything. Use the Black Widow black. Now the Black Widow black is darker than the flat black. I was just using the flat black, but now I'm going to the darker Black Widow color there. And I may use the light mocha. I might just go over the blend it here. I'm making her hair in this particular style. I'm making it a little lighter than it actually looks in the picture. Just to give it different shades going on. So you get the chestnut with the black. To make it look a little more three-dimensional. Just a little bit there. You know, she kind of looks in this picture. She kind of, the way this drawing looks, you never know. Sometimes it'll look like the person. She looks like Jennifer Garner to me in this, doesn't she? I think I accidentally drew Jennifer Garner and not Meghan Markle. I'm a big fan of Jennifer Garner. I really like her a lot. Certainly a lot better than Meghan Markle. So maybe that was a subconscious. Doesn't that look like Jennifer Garner? I mean, not the body, but just the face. It's too funny. So let me see if I can turn this into Meghan Markle. My with my color pencils here. Megan's got such a weird face. And it just gets weirder every time you see it. Like she looks like a different person every time. I mean, her demon, she must change the demons inside of her or something. Because I swear she's a different person. It's like, which demon is this? Um, she's got these really creepy, deep set eyes. And she's a very ugly woman, in my opinion. She's just getting uglier and uglier with time, inside and out, man. She's a real psycho. And, I wouldn't normally pay attention to someone, but she's constantly being inflicted upon us in the media. And she's got this ugly prince coming over here and censoring our freedom of speech and acting like and she's got her Jack Royston butt boys who spread propaganda for her propagandist, Jack Royston at Newsweek, one of many, who is saying, Harry and Meghan should do royal tours around America. He's like, he thinks that's a wonderful idea. For this ugly demon, satanic whore, to be going around America and influencing children and their mental health. I mean, just when you think things couldn't get any more evil after COVID, right? And maybe you thought COVID was going to be the most evil thing going on. I mean, they just want to bring more and more evil around in the form of Harry and Meghan. Because in my opinion, people think they're just crazy and stupid, but they're evil. They're very evil. Make no bones about it. Keep your children away. and keep everyone away from these people. They're demons. They really are, in my opinion. Watching them over the years, it's like real evil comes across as just, just being stupid and silly, but it's not. They're seriously evil. And she's walking around with an upside down cross. Like, no problem, nothing to see here. Just another day with Meghan, the Satanist. Yeah, no joke. They're all coming out with it now. Like, they're not even trying to hide it after that, after murdering so many people, in my opinion. That with the past few years, they're all out now with their Satanism. They have, and with the people, with a similar type people in our government, nobody's doing anything about it. Satanists just taking over here, it looks like, in many ways. At least with their PR, anyways. They control the PR for sure. Harry and Meghan, so evil. They're just nothing but evil. Anyhow, I digress. What are we up to? Let's see how this is coming along so far. Okay, I think that looks more like Meghan. Yeah, I think that looks more like her. I took away too much shading, I think. Let me see. Gotta have the vein popping in up there. Sometimes if you do too much, you can. We accidentally took away a highlight. I can get the eraser out. I don't know what my eraser is. Figure out my eraser. There it is. Let me put a little bit of a highlight back up here. Meghan really looked like Halloween on this trip. I mean, she looked really crazier than usual. Yeah, it looks more like her there. Okay. Too much makeup, looking demonic. That's Meghan. For sure. So see, it can be quite therapeutic, But their evilness is their lies and their evil domination of the media, social media continues on and on it goes. They never, no matter how many lies they get caught telling, nobody ever, I mean, they should really be banned from being on TV or or getting any media attention. I mean, there should be a thing where you're caught just being evil and a liar, that you're not allowed to have a press conference or get any media attention. Like, media should be directed to just ignore everything you do, because if you don't exist. Because I think we would be better off if nobody knew Harry and Meghan existed. I really do. I think the world would be a better place and everybody's mental health would be much improved. I think Harry and Meghan are really the cause of a lot of mental health issues for people, because they're encouraging young people to communism and um, always lying and playing the victims, which of course is a big lie. They're multi-millionaires, never have to work a day in their lives. They never work. They never do any work. They get $1 million contracts with Netflix and Spotify, and they do no work. And then they complain, "Poor us! Everyone's a racist." I mean, they do nothing, and uh, people are going to listen to them whine and moan, and Oprah Winfrey is going to put them on her show to whine and moan and say, "Poor me, my life is so tough. So tough, Meghan's life, being married in the royal family. It's so difficult being rich and never having to work." Yeah, that's meant, and having children in line of succession, and having a royal title, and having your security paid for by the government. Yeah, the government, our tax dollars pays for their security because they're royal. Meghan Markle, the hoochie yacht girl, washed up actress, demon Satanist, gets taxpayers to pay for her security. And she turns around and goes on Oprah and says, "Listen to me complain about the royal family," and make up lies about the royal family. Just like their buddy there, Omid Scobie, who wrote the book for Meghan and Harry, got caught lying about blaming a translator for putting two names in his book that he put in there, Catherine and Charles. He tried to blame a translator, tried to push it off and blame another person for it, including their names, falsely accusing them of racism. Really, a lot of really twisted, crazy, satanic stuff going on with Harry, Meghan, Omid Scobie, Jack Royston, all of them, the whole evil group, in my opinion. Very, very evil group. And then even just for talking about them, you'll get your video taken down. They take down people's YouTube channels for telling the truth about them. They want the general public to be ignorant of all their lies and all their evil, what they've done, what they're doing. Like Harry being part of the censorship complex with the Aspen Institute, funded by George Soros and others, are trying to censor our freedom of speech. And he has directly been responsible for censoring people's freedom of speech online, taking down accounts on Twitter and YouTube, especially YouTube, because he doesn't like the truth getting out there. He only wants to lie and lie. So Harry and Meghan lie and lie. Then when people bring out the truth, they try to censor them, or they do censor them, and they have been doing it. So hopefully Harry gets into some legal trouble, not just for his visa, but for his treasonous, treacherous actions as a foreign agent here in the U.S., censoring Americans' freedom of speech. I mean, Prince Harry came right out and said the First Amendment, I think the First Amendment is bonkers. Yeah, he came out and said that he thinks our freedom of speech is bonkers. He doesn't think Americans or anyone should have freedom of speech. Prince Harry, Meghan Markle's husband, and obviously Meghan Markle agrees with him. She's with him with everything. So this is what we're dealing with these two idiots. But anyways, I'm going to stop right there. So there we have it so far. And again, the background, you just put like green and green and have the Nigerian flag, and that's it. Be done with it. It's very simple coloring page there, And yeah, so I hope you enjoyed this. Thanks for watching, and I hope you all have a wonderful day. Hey, Linda, what are you saying here? So much intricate detail. Yeah, there is. Well, with adult coloring pages, you get more detail. That's how the adult coloring books, so they get very complicated, some of them, but very good, and you can get some fantastic results. Yes. All right, so thanks for watching. Thanks for being here. Until next time, take care, everyone. Bye-bye.